Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be looking at Weekend Warrior Project, actually. That Weekend Warrior Project is going to be hey howdy hey cowboys. And that Weekend Warrior Project is going to be one called Fleshmech Annihilator. Now, Fleshmech Annihilator was based directly off a Kickstarter I saw that annoyed me. That's it. If you ever want to know where like 95% of my games come from, it's Notepad sees something that annoyed him. And let me see if I can let me see if I there we go. Extreme Meat Punks Forever. I saw this and I was like, no, this isn't real. Like, oh no. Oh no. This why is it why we're in giant Fleshmechs. Who the fuck cares about family, cool and queerness, be gay, pilot mechs, kill Nazis? That doesn't. Who the fuck cares? I'm in a giant walking meat mech. I don't give a shit about the power of being gay. I want to do some horrifying things to another meat-based mech. And because God is dead, guess what, everybody? It was also a Powered by the Apocalypse game. Oh, so many Nazis. Why is it always Nazis? By queer rage, everybody. Powered by the Apocalypse. And it always is the same, like, 3 fucking characters in these things. Every single time. I'm curious. And they're always it's like you have usually pretty black woman, ambiguously brown person, and then someone in a wheelchair usually without a leg, and they're usually also ambiguously brown. Those are just it. Well, yeah, it is an easy. Like, this means nothing. It's just like, what? This isn't a fascist. Last time I checked, that's not fucking Herman Goebbels, fucking sitting there, with his hand, with his cock in his hand. No, that's a man wearing a fucking like what appears to be a broom on his head, who's literally taped ceramic plates to himself. Ironically, no, like they didn't get that much, relatively speaking. They made their goal pretty quickly, but they just didn't get the like over amount that you would think for a project like this, because I think everyone fucking realized like this means absolutely nothing. But don't worry, you get a lot of. Yep, here's our and my personal favorite. Uh, it's always the same people who write these things. Now, and it's usually the same people who write these things are the same people who do them. It's great. And oh wow, look, it's the exact same kind of artwork and the exact same kind of people who would be making a game like this. Who's their fucking. Oh, that's even more amusing. Game designer, sex worker, and artist. I actually didn't know that. A real game. Oh, please tell me more. Hello, Miss Sex Worker. How do you do? But like a lot of these, like illustrator, they have like 15,000 fucking illustrators. It's like, okay, what's your okay? Sensitivity editing. Sensitivity editing means nothing. It is a racket. Yeah, it was a video game, but it wasn't a video game. It was a fucking visual novel. That's the thing where it gets complicated. It's a visual novel. I wonder if they actually have it under here. Sinister Beard Games. See, that's even more interesting. Oliver Jeffrey. Are you hiding him? Why would you be hiding him? Ollie, there we go. Owner. This is my favorite part. Is that this guy is the one who does everything. Is handling production, art direction, and development editing. This is his company. This is his game now because he owns all distribution rights for it. It's great. Oh God. Why do they always write this? How much money do they make on Patreon? Come on, tell me. Oh, he doesn't have a Patreon anymore. Oh, how interesting. Mr. Jeffrey, please. Yeah, he doesn't actually have a Patreon anymore, and yet it's right here. See, this is where I always like going into the games, and I was like looking at the weird shit I could find. He has not actually updated this in a while. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Quick story. The quick... Oh no! I don't mean to do this, but like... Well, the thing is, Persona is a video game. Like, Persona at least has something going on, but like there's like the dungeons and stuff. Like, it's always like a full legit visual novel, and oh God, a real game. Let me check. What is a real? Okay, let's look for a real game. It's got it won a bunch of awards, therefore it must be a thing. So this game has to. Oh no! Oh no! We can't show that. Oh no no no! IDGN, a real game. What the fucking hell? Auto a real. Okay, here we go. A real game. Okay, she has a Twitter. So I didn't plan on this. I want you all to remember, I did not plan on any of this. What the fuck? Oh my God, it's a gimmick. Ooh, what the fuck is going on? Are you a real person? I don't know. Okay, you know what? Give me 1 second. I need to make sure because okay, we're not showing that. Oh God. Oh sweet Jesus. Oh. Okay, it's not as bad as I was thinking it was. So here's our game designer. Uh, there's nothing there. I so that I'm just going to leave it on that for a moment. So all I'm going to say is word chin. So, um, because I'm not going to click the fucking hyperlink. Fuck you. It, it it always baffles me, and it's always difficult. And I've always talked about this when it comes to like difficulty in game design. Is you can be cool and you can have like try to make interesting things, but the problem is I have no fucking clue, Ajax, and I am not at limited to say anything. But why are they like this? I don't know why. If you want me to be perfectly honest, I really don't know. Okay, so here's the game, by the way. So, you can understand why I have a fascination with this game, because it's like, who the fuck thought this was a good idea? And who the fuck designed this? But now we know. I I don't know about okay, like oh oh this is funny. Do you not actually use it your own? Clever girl. Clever girl. You don't actually use your oh wow, can't show that. You don't actually use oh clever girl. She doesn't actually use her own um Twitter for anything anymore. This is her official Twitter. Oof, 31,000 tweets, 964 followers. Fucking oof. But this is the shit that this space is filled with. And I love tabletop game design. I adore tabletop game design. I love the people who are in it. I love people who make things. I hate things like this. I'm a game designer. What games have you made? Singularity. Okay, include lead is on. What is this game about? Uh, transhuman dating show LARP. Not a game. I don't care. Okay, this is a powered by the apocalypse game at its core, and guess what? It's powered by the fucking apocalypse. With all of the additional nightmares that I have to wait a second. Why do they? Why? Why? But why are you using PBT fucking A? You are a bone machine. Meat mechs. Okay, let's do a little bit of research on what. Oh, not really. Here's the issue with the Ajax. I can tell you because you're you. We're at a point in the industry where we officially hit the art house stage of things. People like this want to put in the minimal amount of effort to write something simple. but you're using the momentum of being who you are to carry it forward. Overall, you could do nothing. This person could make absolutely nothing, which they have, because LARPs aren't real games. Well, they can be, but usually they're not. Very easy to make a shitty LARP. You can make games that are simple. That's fine, but make them interesting. 95% of these games usually aren't interesting, but that's not the point. The point is to look right. I'm not reading it. I have chat open. I am trying to ignore the pain. But the problem is, dear Ajax, this is where things get very complicated. And the reason why I don't show my face. Because I, my friend, do not look right. I don't click all the nice little buttons that people want to see these days. And I'm not going to dye my hair bright pink and call myself, a fucking gendered queer, pseudo, demo publican of the third order. I'm not going to fucking call myself that because I'm not. I'm a dude. I'm not a bad person. I don't hate other people. I don't dislike other people. I'm fine with people. Just do your own thing. But people don't want that. People don't want that anymore. What people want is they want to look right. They want to be right. They want to be exciting and different. And that's why I always say being unique is a blight. Because usually what people mean by being, quote, unique, end quote, is just saying something without actually delivering anything. So let's read this paragraph and feel sad about myself. As a meat mech, oh wow, this is going off to a great fucking start. Unfortunately, so do the Fash. I need to find out who the Fash are, because if they transform. Oh boy! Ah! Also, I hate the fact this isn't in alphabetical order. Uh, if you get to pick 3 options. If it's negative plus 1, negative 1, you only get to pick 1 option. Okay, so you act like. Oh fuck! I get a few options. Fuck. Scratch that 90s superhero RPG. I hate it. Nah, this has been around for a while at this point. It's not a bad thing. And the thing is, like, art house people are fine. I've always said this. It's fine to be art house. Also, hello, other viewer. We're looking at Extreme Meat Punks Forever as I write my own version. It's fine to be art house, but the problem is, to be art house, you must be art. You must be arty, and you must understand you must be willing to push the label. Tabletop games are a very unique medium because you effectively have it's storytelling. Oh. But my dear Ajax, you do not look right. You better have a good artist. Because this is what all these are proposed by. It's momentum and looking insane. You could sell garbage, but as long as it looks pretty, you can sell. This is like the big issue that I've been having. Hello, other person, by the way. God help you all. We're looking at terrible things. I will say this is that it at least has like a something interesting going on with it because it has like mech brawls. Play continues around and the conversation of the fiction. Some of your stats get replaced by the mech stat. Yeah, it's like okay, brawls are fine. Like this was kind of like an interesting. love this fucking industry. Please fucking kill me. I want off the ride. I want to go back. I want to go back to 1977. Mech stats, mech. Yeah, we got mech moves. Okay, where are the playbooks? That's all I really give a shit about, because this is what the playbooks are. Only mechs now. Yeah, welcome to that's the entirety of creation. Congratulations, we're done. Oh boy, time for the GM section of every fucking PBTA game. Oh, Jesus, why is it in Pacific Northeast? It's always the Northeast. Is there anything else I can work with? Come on, give me something to work with. Yeah, it's a very pretty looking game. He says, looking at Amber. Bunkerville Meat Punks. Yay. Hello, Bartlett. I don't think they're going to be that strong. Cool, I don't have any playbooks to go off of either. Fuck. Yeah, we got some basic stuff here. Nothing much else. A pretty looking game. Scrolling. I never said it was a good idea, but yeah, you can just look at the Kickstarter. Honestly, it's there. Now it's coming out February 2022, so we don't have to worry about the game for a while at this point. So that's a plus. So what have we learned about meat mechs? Nothing. Nothing of value has been learned, and therefore we are free to do whatever we please. We are going to be entering the Fleshmech, or more specifically, Flashmax. Because welcome to Fleshmech Annihilator. How long is this game? The one I'm working on currently, not going to be terribly long. I'm estimating probably about 30-40 pages. How long is Extreme Meat Punks? Judging by that being the sample, probably is going to be about 120 pages. 120-30. Oh, reminding me about Kickstarters, I need to look at something real fast. We need to look at our favorite Kickstarter. Give me the Avatar Legends one. Where are we at Avatar Legends right now? $3.6 million. We have any new ones? Come on, give me some new ones. God, every day we stray further from God's light. Oh my God, there's so many fucking things. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, don't worry. What? Hey, shine on, brother. We're just looking at sad things for sad people. Why is Zuko one of the main characters? 3.75 million. Nope, Notepad. Don't look at sad things. So, welcome to Fleshmech. We're gonna be working on Flashmax. And God help us all. Fleshmech. Built for one purpose. I dislike of extreme meat punks forever. Somehow ruining a perfectly interesting concept by making it PBTA. Seriously. That's it. Yep, there we go. That's my interesting backstory and why this game was created. I just really hate. Okay, so Fleshmech is a. The bat. God, what was that? Lovecraftian visual novel meat. What was I can see? Say no Uta. That's it. Or else that's survival. The world is deadly. You can rely on is and sometimes the only thing you can really rely on is the entity trying to devour your soul. It's also devoid of fascists, communists, or any other political ideology. Because guess what? Guess what? We're in the meat. We're on planet meat. We are on the corpse of a divine god, a divine meat god, who wants nothing more than to devour us. Devour us and our very existence. Our very existence. I don't care whose shirt you wear. I don't care whose shirt you wear. I always find it fascinating, anyone who's like, let's put politics in our game. I'm just like, you usually are probably not going to portray this very well, now are you? So let's do playing. So what we want to do is we want to do break it down to playing the game. That's going to be a core aspect today. So one thing is that I want to do is I want to make it a Striker Z prototype. This does mean we're going to be doing things fairly diceless. Mm. Yeah. Fleshmech is a diceless tactics game. Diceless tactics game for a group around two to five players. A meat lord, ML, few hours of time, and a tolerance for meat-based hyperviolence toward your fellows, as well as others. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, dun. Okay, so what do we do in Fleshmech? The characters in Fleshmech. Actually, it would be FA. Actually, let's call it Flesh. In Fleshmech are referred to as pilots. Actually, no, we want to just because I want to say meat jockey. Are referred to as jockeys. Individuals who, through unfortunate circumstances, have found themselves wandering the crazed land of meat, which is inhabited by the maggots, actually, which are inhabited by a plethora of monstrous entities that want nothing more than to devour them whole, to add to the meat. Alone, a jockey is helpless. Against these threats. However, parasites parasites will bind themselves to a jockey. Parasites are parasitic creatures. Parasites are parasitic creatures that inhabit meat world. Actually, that inhabit the meat, the flesh, inhabit the fleshy world. Fleshy world in a similar predicament. Actually, we'll do that. It's a creature that inhabit the fleshy world in a situation. Through the binding process, the jockey and their parasite can form an uneasy alliance to create a Fleshmech, a hulking behemoth of the fault, a hulking behemoth of meat and carrion, to defend themselves and devour the opposition. Cooking behemoth meat and carry defend themselves into battle opposition. So what we need to do this, it looks like we have some thunder going on outside. To do this, both the Fleshmech will have a set of action points, AP, that allows them to tap into the parasite's abilities, into the parasite's husk, to pilot and devastate their foes. When not in a life or death situation, the jockeys rely on their own skills, as well as their parasitic bond, as well as their parasite. The parasite, however, usually has their own agenda, in a completely alien mindset. So how do I want to word this? So to do this, Fleshmech will have a set of action points that allow them to alien mindset. While the player controls the jockey, they will also take the role of a parasite. On one of their compatriots or enemies during the scenario. This also occurs for the they have their own set of attributes to worry about one of their compatriots or enemies during the scenario. Parasites and what we're going to do is trust no in the flesh. The lack of it will set you trust no one in the flesh. Become one with meat. Embrace violence. Devour the weak. There we go. Welcome to the plotline of Flashmax Annihilator, otherwise known as just fucking kill things you don't like. Okay, so we're going to take this as an idea as fairly similar to what we're going to be working with as a primary duty and second duty of controller, guardian, striker, supporter, which is fine. We're not going to actually have that many, so we'll do beating heart, bloody meal, jockey parasite creation. Okay, as a jockey. As a jockey in the world of meat, the character actually as a jockey. The jockey in the world of meat. I'm going to let's see, is perhaps one most valuable. And one could possess. I'm creating a character. I'm creating your jockey. Choose a class which represents their innate abilities and their innate abilities on the field. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to take this aspect here, and what we're going to be doing is controllers, guardians, strikers, supporters. Luckily, what I can do is just copy and paste this in here. We'll times it by 5. So when we do 25, so 15 times 5 would be 75. 75, 50. So we have the health of Fleshmech. So let's do a quick check. So what we need to do is... So if we're going to be dealing with this, the dungeon tactics method... So what we could do, we just copy everything over 1-to-1. Actually, what we'll do is kill that. We'll take you. Put you all right there. We're not going to have as many. That's the key thing. That's not the point. So, Guardian. So we need to do, since there are going to be 4, so there'll be 4 times 3. That means there are going to be 12 variations. And those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12. Okay. Do we want to go full ham on this? No. I want to give this its own primary thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete the columns here. And we're instead just we're going to stick with this. Fleshmech bonus health. There we go. Yes, and then we have skills. So if we times it by 5, we'll do times it by 2 instead. So it'll be 10, 30, 20, 10. Skills. Trollers are going to have 4 skills. 3. Strikers are only going to have 2, and Guardians are only going to have 1. And now we have to put in a third option. Let's see, because we already have this. Luckily, everything already kind of works. I know, because I wrote the damn thing. It's mostly a game of what to cut. So what we can do... Oh, I know what we can do. What would it be? Equipment slot? No, it would be... No, it would be, torso augments. No, it's, meat. Actually, no, that would be meat armaments. You get 2, you get 4, you get 3, you only get 1, but you get a shit ton of health, and you get 2, 3. No, you get 2. We bump supporter up to 15 health. Get 1 less skill. Yeah, similar armaments. You get a lot more. You get a pretty good, assortment of stuff. Strikers are really good, but that's your entire gimmick. Actually, we can probably give you 2. Yeah, we'll give you 2. Okay, so, the Fleshmechs. Actually, Fleshmech boat. We'll do Fleshmech. Carry on. Okay, the Fleshmech's carrying bonus. Additional health. How much additional carrying health the Fleshmech possesses due to their jockey. Skills represent the number of skills the jockey themselves possess, allowing them to tip the balance in their favor. Finally, meat armaments are the amounts of additional gear their Fleshmech can support. Actually, what we can do is the parasite also selects a different also selects a different class, only receiving the skills, and armament. Actually, what we can do, we can add that to a new page. So what we'll do is select all of you, but we don't need a description anymore. That's the thing. So parasites are also allowed to take a class in addition to their parasite, to their jockey. It cannot be same as their jockey, however. The class of the parasite reflects the abilities, reflects their overall disposition as well. So, Troller, Fleshmech, Carrion bonus, they're only going to get 5. It's going to be 15, 10, 5. Skills, they're going to have 3. Guardians are going to have 0. 1, 2. Meat armaments, 1, 2, 1, 1. Actually, what I should do is... domineering and manipulative. Guardian, overprotect, and paranoid. Violent, and what would be another? So we want to do violence. So let's see, it would be smothering. It's always trying to help you. Poison. Well, the player jockey chooses which class their parasite partner is another player will be actually deciding their skills and meat armaments that they come with. They are encouraged to actively protect the jockey, while also trying to convince them to do what they want. Because welcome to Meat World, where everyone sucks. Okay, so okay, so what we can do is we'll call this the statistics section. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut the rest of you. Statistics are not going to be this. At 6.25, we can probably bump that up to 0.8. And that also means that you all need to be open sands, and you should be all good. So, glass. So what we need to do is we need to get our 4 stats. So what we will call this is, well, hell, I mean, if we're here, because remember, if we're making a budget copy of something, we may as well lean into it. Why not? We live in Clown Town. Hello, free Kickstarter. How do you do? Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Here we go. Corpus Sinew. So we can take Viscera. Health points. Perception we don't want. So actually here it would be actually parts of meat. Actually, let's see. What would be some good? Actually, let's say. Okay, so we need the muscles, obviously, because those are that's gonna be our physical thing. So we do artery, muscles, arteries. So muscle, arteries. Okay, so we need more. Let's see. So we're gonna be, this is mostly going to be about part attacks. You know, actually, what would be stomach part? Stomach organs. Actually, it'd be stomach, gastro system. Actually, stomach. A stomach system. Ah, yes, the digestion. Actually, if we want to, we can do different parts of the body. So actually, systems of the body. Actually, yeah, let's fuck it. Let's do it. So, what we'll call this, we'll call it systems. So, systems. Because we need to emphasize that this is a thinking, breathing entity that is very sad that it is still alive because it really doesn't want to be. The tragedy of the Fleshmech. 3, 4. We're gonna have to add more. So let's do the basic systems of the body. Okay, so if we're doing the basic systems of the body, the absolute basics. So, well, we're going to have the skeletal system. That's... Actually, we don't need the skeleton system. So, the muscular system. So, muscular, that works. We have that. So, lymphatic. What's the lymphatic system? Ah, perfect. Lymphatic. Respiratory. We don't really need... Actually, digestive is going to work. Digestive. We can use the nervous system. Yeah, we can actually add the endocrine. So let's see. Skeletal system. We have the muscular system. Integumentary. What the fuck is this? Ah. Internal environment. Serves to protect and maintain. Oh, perfect. Exactly what we need. Your literal flesh, part of your Fleshmech. Brilliant. This is what we need. So, roughly speaking, we have our muscular system. This is going to be our, like, just straight up physical attacks. This is me ripping your head off. The lymphatic is going to be our protection. Our protection system. Digestive is going to be entirely based on... Actually, nervous can be entirely based on our ranged attacks. This is just going to be our flat health. Digestive system is going to be primarily our ability attacks. Actually, yeah, so this would be our, quote, saves. So do we need any of these others? Do we need cardiovascular? No, I don't think we need that. Because we can fold that into the lymphatic. That's kind of the idea. Like, if you're unable to kind of save... Actually, what we can do is... I know what we'll call it. Yeah, they'll be our saves, and then we can actually add the cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular, which will be more of our physical saves. So this will be our ability saves. Alright. It's gonna be absolutely fucking cursed, but... So, we have our digestive system, our muscular system. We want to need our cardiovascular. Actually, we do already have digestive. We're going to need our nervous system. And finally, our integumentary system. So what we have to do is we have to put the health points here. So all our health points put right here, and we're going to have, since we have 5, we're going to need to make a 5th statistic. Statistic number 5. We'll call it as stat 1, stat 2, stat 3, stat 4, stat 5. That's what we'll call it for now. So digestive would be that. Muscular is physical attacks. Cardiovascular system is going to be what we're just going to call for right now our physical saves. Our nervous system is going to be almost entirely based on our range attacks. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we have 6, not 5. Fuck. Enough room for 6? Yeah, we got enough room for 6. A little tight over here, but we can make it work. And finally, our cardiovascular lymphatic. And finally, our lymphatic system, which is going to be our ability saves. These don't actually need to be that big. Can we tone you down? Can we do 0.5? We can do 0.5. That's what we like to see. So, middle. So, so we need to insert row to the right, insert row to the right, insert row to the right. Actually, no, 4, 5, 6, no. Alright, so we've got our 5 stats here. With our 5 stats, we have to now think about what these are going to be. So, our basic ones, we're going to have integumentary. Actually, these are going to have to be a little bit larger. Can we bump you up to 0.9? We're going to have to put you up to 1? Ooh, not even 1 will fit you. 1.1? Yeah. But yeah, this will fit everything. So, muscular. So, strikers, we already know strikers are not going to actually have very good. It's like controllers, we can actually give them pretty good digestive. Well, yeah, well, actually, what we'll do is we'll give these guys we'll give them digestive. Controllers will get... Actually, no, let's... Oh, I know what we can do. Let's cut... do we let them assign their own stats? That's what things we can do. We let them select their own stats. We can let them do more things. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shift you back 1. So that means we got to shift everyone back. You're going to have to get shifted back 2, actually. We'll call you 7, 8. 87641. And then our ability says cardiovascular, something like that. So when the jockey and parasites class has been chosen, they will now choose their system statistics. Their system statistics. Every Fleshmech is composed 1, 2, 3, 4 of six major systems: digestive, muscular, cardiovascular, nervous, integumentary, and lymphatic. So we'll do digestive, muscular, and nervous systems reflect Fleshmax reflect the damage done by certain abilities and attacks. So then we have to do, it would be cardiovascular and lymphatic represent saves, which is going to be temporary. I don't know how I want to do that. Represent saves, which are similar to armor, which allow the Fleshmech to possibly absorb hits that would normally cripple it. Finally, the integumentary system is the raw health. It actually is the raw carrion. The Fleshmech is composed of, allowing them to take more hits and strike more hits before succumbing to their wounds. So let me think. At creation, a jockey chooses to rank these systems 1, the highest, to 6, the lowest. Recording the attributes, recording the system statistics on their card. Actually, what I should say, at creation, the jockey chooses the top three systems to focus on, marking them as stout. Focus on. The parasites player chooses the bottom 3. So what it would be like is, let's say, for example, so I want to make a character. I want to build my Fleshmech. So we can do is so I want to build my Fleshmech. I would choose, say, I want my stat 1. I want to be muscular because I want to be strong. Stat 2 is I want nervous because I'm going to be I want to go fast and I want to hit people really hard. And my third one, I'm feeling like I want to go really physical. So maybe I want to go, something like stat, that's why I want to do stat 3, which is going to be cardiovascular. I'm pretty strong. However, my parasite player understands that, hey, wait a second, and let's say, for example, they are playing they're playing a guardian. They want to be overprotective, so their first one is obviously going to be the incondumentary. Their fifth one is going to be the lymphatic, and the final one they're going to be focusing on digestive. They really do not give a fuck about you actually doing ability damage. They just want to protect themselves, and they're going to do that in the rawest way possible. So this is our Fleshmech. This is how we would do. So our muscular, we would have 8, plus 8 to melee. Will effectively be melee attacks. We'd have plus 6. We'd have plus 7 to range attacks. Since we're step 3 in the cardiovascular, we'd have a plus 3 to saves. It's actually 2 physical saves, I should say. I don't know how I want to do that yet. However, we only have plus 15, 15 carrion. Our lymphatic nodes are not that good. We only get a plus 1 to ability saves. And our digestive systems suck. We only get a plus 1 to ability attacks. Like, we need to get up there and we need to beat them to death. That is our goal with this Fleshmech. But you can also flip these around to kind of focus on different things. Maybe you guys want to work together. Maybe you guys don't, because you're all hostile to each other because you hate one another. And you know something that they don't. And I would actually even encourage that in some cases, being like, you choose your 3, and then you give them the option of like, yeah, okay, here are the other 3. It's like, you fucking crazy bastard. You aren't telling me something, are you? You bastard. You crazy bugger, you. Alright, so we've got that done. Fuck off, extreme meat punks. So, then derive statistics. I don't want to do even derive statistics. If I were to do derive statistics, it would pretty much be like nervous system plus cardiovascular. Be like nervous plus cardiovascular plus, like, be something like, I would say like pick your 2 highest, like, out of, lymphatic, nervous, cardiovascular. Actually, what we can do, I know. We want to do matching right. What we can do is system type. And then we can do aggressive. We can do aggro. Defend. Aggro. Carrion. Defend. Choose 1 aggro, choose 1 defend as your system type. Yeah. And that's how we're going to determine initiative and how much AP you get. So yeah, you can technically just like power game it and get like, it would be at most you'd get 15. But that's like, okay, you've dumped all your things into getting those two, and those are your only two things. I'm gonna probably try to fucking kill you in other places. If I notice you have fuck all for ability saves, I'm going to punish you for your lack of ability saves, because I'm a terrible, terrible person. And I know how you think. If I can sort these alphabetically, probably not. I'm not going to try. Alright. I think I'm going to call it there for today. We got 7 pages in. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like something more than anything. Again, this is going to be a weekend project, just something I'm working on the side. And this is more of a proof of concept that I can actually make Striker Z. If I can get this to work, I know I can make Striker Z work. And Striker Z is going to be fun. It's going to be expanding out this system quite heavily, with just more options and more things, and making things go a lot faster. So, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad. I will catch you all tomorrow. Actually, not tomorrow. I have a game tomorrow, don't I? Yes, I do. I'm excited for that. It's going to be a fun game. I will catch you all on Monday, in which we will continue on Euducis Lux. And hopefully, things may go smoothly. Or may not. I don't know. Because we live in Clown World. So, thank you very much. And I'll see you on the flip side.